If Sonam has helped you, please consider supporting for the benefit of others. Establishing a base engagement is the biggest hurdle for new ideas.
Why do you meditate? Like deeper than the superficial, but real benefits? I think this is a really fun and important question because I think a lot of the reasons why people meditate at the moment, they're very much treating it as though meditation is a fad and or it's about productivity. And I think there are some deeply meaningful reasons which make meditation useful for all of us. I meditate to feel more peaceful and calm, but also to be more peaceful and to be calm, to manifest that in my life. I think that's a very valuable way of being in the world. If we're all chaotic, then we're chaotic in ourselves, and we feel chaotic, then we're chaotic with other people. And I can sense profoundly and deeply in me that that's not how I want to be. And that's not what I want to be around other people. I don't want to be like that. I want to be present, peaceful, calm. I want to be loving, because those are nicer ways of being. That's what I want my time on earth to be. And I want to be part of that energy for other people too. If it goes a long time without me meditating, I develop a relationship to the world and the concepts in it where things feel very solid and very permanent and very real, which makes life more of a struggle because I'm more at war with these solid concepts. I have a stronger sense of who I am as a permanent thing and different concepts of importance like money or different things that get wrapped up in my ego. All these things feel so solid. Yet when I meditate, I realize that the nature of all phenomena is that everything is transient and everything is impermanent. It's all moving by moment to moment. That's the true nature of how things are in my experience. And the most important measure of things to me is really honoring the qualitative dimension to my life. How do I want it to be like to be me? How do I want the world to be like? I want it to be all the amazing ways, all the loving ways, all the nice ways. And recognizing the impermanence or transience of all the things I usually take to be solid and hard and rigid, the things that I cling to in my life, there's way more freedom there to be peaceful and equanimous and harmonious with what is, rather than at war with all the things that seem to be. Meditating effectively enables me to relate and see and be in the world in the peaceful, harmonious way. That is invaluable, ultimately useful. It's just how I want things to be. Now that I've practiced meditation, I can now categorize the moments where I'm not meditating as a life which is hazy and distracted, where in reality I spend a lot of my moments getting upset and experiencing struggle for no real reason, or for reasons that can be avoided. Life without meditation feels like a dream where I'm just missing it all the time. When I'm not meditating, I live in a conceptual world where things are never quite enough. Things could always be different, or always be better, always be improved upon. And I think that, and I also experience it when I'm not meditating. When I meditate effectively, I am surrendered to the way things are and experience perfection that cannot be improved upon. It's the only space, place, and time where everything, myself included, is enough. all searches are over, all striving, everything is enough when I'm meditating. So I have to meditate, because if someone gives me the option of, do you want to live in a world where things are hazy, you take things to be real, it causes struggle, the struggle in you causes you to act out against other people, or a world in which I'm secure and feeling content and peaceful and equanimous with things no matter what way they are, and from that manifest qualities of peace and love towards my environment and myself. This might be a bit more difficult, but it's just what I have to do. And that's all I can accept. Because any delineation out from that, any movement away from that, is giving up. It's saying, I can do with less. I'm not deserving of everything. And I think as soon as we surrender that ground of saying I don't deserve everything, we are sadly giving up on life. Because the wisdom of being here is we only know that we get one shot of being here. So we have to make it everything it can be. Honouring the fact that we don't know that there's any space to have it any worse. We don't know that we get another shot at this. We get one shot. How do we want this to be? We just have to go for that. That's how I feel. I would feel like I valued myself less if I didn't hold myself to that standard. And I feel like when I acknowledge the impact, the ways in which I affect my loved ones, I would also be valuing them less if I decided that I could practice less or do less because it didn't quite matter. It all matters to me because I have an experience and you have an experience in this world. And depending on how we behave, we will know the difference between haze or enough or averageness, not quite good enough, trying, sometimes good, sometimes bad. We know what that feels like. And we have the potential to know perfection, unconditional love, freedom, acceptance, vibration, energy, joy. And the only difference between these two things are my behavior. And a key behavior for examining the reality of my life and the circumstances and how I tend to feel, and clearly developing a method to reliably find that peace and equanimity, all the good stuff, regardless of the circumstances of my life. That's only really found in meditation. Most other methods towards improving our life out there are about changing the circumstances. You change your job, you change the people you're around, you change your environment. Meditation says you can feel at peace and in a position where things can't get any better regardless of all the circumstances. Meditation is the best. It's really worthwhile. And then, finding the motivation to do it is another challenge. But those are the things that motivate me. And then there's also, other structures. You can take it slower and you can, put in structures like setting alarms, and you can get visual images. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can inspire that action in you. But the motivation for me is clear. How do I want my life to be? Meditation is ultimately useful for that. So I have to meditate. Thanks so much for a really passion-inspiring question. I hope you find something that sparks your movement, because I really think it's worthwhile. Have a lovely day, my friend. For the benefit of all sentient beings, we can make this world amazing.